Are you getting stuck in the weeds? So many home care agency owners spend so much time in the business instead of on the business. And so I am so excited to introduce Regina, who's going to be talking about get your time back, how to streamline your business operations.
Hey, Nick, thanks so much for inviting me on your podcast. So a lot of home care agencies face these exact challenges, but there's a solution. So let's see how we can tackle the problem. First and foremost, we have to analyze your workflows. You need to start by thoroughly analyzing your current workflows to identify inefficiencies and bottlenecks. Understanding where the gaps are is crucial to implementing effective solutions. Next, you have to build standard operating procedures. You need to create detailed SOPs for all administrative tasks. These SOPs ensures consistencies, reduce errors, and make it easier to onboard new members. So some examples of an SOP would be something as simple as how to post a compelling and competitive job ad on Indeed. Another one would be how to create a pre-screening tool for when you do get qualified applicants. How do we separate good candidates from bad candidates? Another example would be building a step-by-step process for how to enter qualified applicants into your EMR system. So your team may or may not be using SOPs to be consistent. They might have been taught what to do in the beginning, but over time, they might be missing steps, they might be skipping steps because it's not all written down. Sometimes people go off of their memory, and that's where we see inconsistencies and not the best results. Number 3 would be creating a playbook for success. You should compile all the insights and procedures into one comprehensive playbook. The playbook serves as a go-to resource for your team, ensuring everyone is aligned and equipped to perform their roles effectively. The fourth one is really important because you need to constantly coach your team for success. You must coach your team using a tight feedback loop. What this does is it further fine-tunes your process. An example that I like to use is just imagine that you go to Starbucks and you get to a barista and they give you a black coffee. That's not what you wanted, right? So a tight feedback loop, what you would do is you go up to the front of the line and you say, I want honey oat milk latte with an extra shot and a sprinkle of cinnamon. With that tight feedback loop, it will ensure that you get what you want. When you use regular feedback sessions, it allows your team to continuously improve and ensure that your company is growing.
How often should you have feedback loops?
So in the beginning, tight feedback loop sessions are so important, but we recommend doing this at least once a month and even more so when new challenges arise. These feedback loops are really going to help fine-tune your process because sometimes as owners, we get frustrated with the outcomes that we're getting. But instead of doing that, I highly recommend going back, looking at the protocols, looking at the procedures, and seeing what needs to change. Sometimes we don't always provide our team with the right resources and tools to do their jobs. So providing the feedback loop, getting feedback from them, and pivoting can really improve the outcomes that we see.
One thing I really wanted to add, because I'm a huge fan of SOPs, and it's the quickest way to scale. And one thing that I teach a lot of my clients is actually creating SOPs using video, because I love video. And it makes it so much easier for people to be able to understand what the key tasks are when you walk them through, especially in today's day and age when a lot of tasks are done digitally, they're done on different softwares on the computer. And so before you know it, if you record these different tasks that you have in your business, you're going to have an entire library of SOPs that you can now use to go forward. And, one thing that I know happens that if you train somebody and you get the training and then you forget half of what that person said. I know I have to hear something multiple times. And so rather than your employee or your staff having to keep coming back to you, you now have this like video training that they can rewatch. They can watch it fast. They can watch it slow, right? Based on the speed. You can do like 2 times speed or half speed based on their comprehension. And so it becomes really, really effective tool and just really thinking about making SOPs a regular, consistent thing as part of your business so that you can continue to grow and scale.
So when we build SOPs, we really want to hand it off in its most simplest form. For example, how hard is it when someone has all the information in their minds and that person leaves? All of a sudden, your agency is in a productivity free fall. because they left with all their expertise. But if you build a really good SOP, really step by step, it's literally, you can hand it to the next person and they can follow it to the T. Now let's be real. Who has the manpower and the time to implement these changes on your own? Now, imagine freeing up your time and reducing operational costs so you can focus on what matters the most, delivering exceptional home care services. But what if we can do this all for you? That's where our virtual assistants come in. By leveraging our virtual assistants in your home care agency, we can save you time and money. So please visit our website at www.ab-solutions.com.